double view, double vision. Hope that works. Oh, you know what I forgot? And all this video stuff, I forgot my jacket. Sunny day. I cut the grass. Alrighty, folks. My Kaylee 7 here. Ready to move. Let's get this party started, shall we? Tried this with this new camera. Hopefully it'll work out. Last time I did this was 2009, where I had double camera. That was my Blue Ridge road trip. Alright. Off we go. Riding along. Hopefully everything will go alright. I won't lose my camera. So this is your old pal, my Kaylee 7. I'm going to finish up on the anarchy thing. And then I'm going to start on the motovlogger thing. And then I'm going to end with the Robin Williams thing. So, the anarchy thing. Here's something I find kind of ironic. You know, vegetarians, right? They don't want to eat meat. They think it's cruel to the animals and all that. Okay. Well, think about it. We know for a fact the reason we have the big human brains that we do is because we started eating meat. So, eating meat got us our big brains. And now that we have the big brains, we say, I don't want to eat the meat. That just doesn't make any sense. It's ironic, is what it is. Are these prisoners doing this, or is this actual road workers? I don't see a dude with a shotgun, so yay. So, the anarchy thing is similar. Having these organized societies, rather than being a bunch of hunter-gatherers in isolated communities, warring tribes, really. By having these organized, centralized communities that we have stability. And stability leads to things like cultural sharing and education and technological development. And so we have all of this greatness today basically because of organized society, and the anarchists are using the technology that came from this to decry it and condemn it and say we need to go back to the imagined past of happy little tribes living off the land. It's just stupid. If we don't have a leader then who's going to be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces? Are you going to have anarchy in the military too? There will be no generals. It'll just all be soldiers fighting for themselves. And what about lazy assholes and evil people? And people who are seductive like Hitler? How do you stop them from rising to power and taking over the shit? Every time anarchy has been tried, it has turned into despotism. It has failed. So, democracy, representative democracy, has survived all this time. Suck it. I'm a slave. Yep, I'm a slave to my Harley, and a slave to my cameras, and a slave to the fact that I got a degree, or a couple of degrees. Yep, I'm a slave to the bank. Happy, happy slave. Jeez. So, yeah. Now, the next thing, about moto vloggers. What is a moto vlogger? That's the big question. A moto vlogger is, quite simply, someone who rides on some kind of motorized transportation, preferably two-wheeled, possibly three. And it could be in the form of a scooter, it could be in the form of a motorcycle, it could be in the form of a trike. Well, there are many different forms. Not a car. You cannot be in a car to be a moto vlogger. I think the majority of us are on scooters or motorcycles of some kind. And what do you do to be a motovlogger besides that? Well, you got to put a camera somewhere on you, and you need to talk. At least that's what I think. You're not a motovlogger if you're not talking, because logging is saying something, is communicating something. I guess you could be very ethereal about it and say, well, I am communicating with beauty by taking pictures and putting music. You know, all right. I used to do that, and then I figured out how to do this, and I like this better. So motovloggers are people who ride their motorcycles, for lack of a better term that covers everything, and they talk on camera about different issues or motorcycles. There are some who refuse to talk about other issues and only want to talk about motorcycles. And there are others who talk about whatever comes to mind, and then there are still others who have the sound on and say little, whatever pops into their head. There are some who are very flashy with the editing and comedic content, and they plan stuff out, and that's great. And there are some who just stick the camera in and go, and that's great too. The good thing about this is there are no rules, except that you have to be on some kind of a motorcycle, for lack of a better term, to be a moto vlogger. But you don't have to edit a lot. You don't have to talk a lot. You could just do like Navy Thomas does sometimes. He just rides around, and all you really hear him do is bitch people out. So that's what a moto vlogger is. You have to ride a particular kind of bike, like a Harley or a Kawasaki or a Suzuki? Nope. And I've been doing this since 2007. I bought my bike in 2006, my first bike. So I haven't been doing this a whole long time. But I am one of the more early people who started this. I didn't start the thing, but I mean, who did this first, you know? I was probably in the first 50 or so, maybe 100 around the world. And it wasn't because I wanted to be famous or anything. I don't want to be famous, frig that. I just like recording the rides, and I watch my own rides. A friend of mine said, how arrogant of you to watch your own rides. I said, you're lucky I don't have Jergens lotion out, you butthead. And I forgot the third thing I was going to talk about. I think it was Robin Williams, wasn't it? Was it about Robin Williams? The poor guy. He suffered from bipolar disorder, mental illness, depression, And in the end, it took him out. And that's sad. That's horrible, but it happens. I feel bad that it happened. But for some people, when you're a sentient being, sometimes the nuclear option is assured destruction, and so some people take it. I think I'll talk more on that one later. Alright folks, this is Mike Keeley 7, wishing you and yours a good day. I'll talk to you later.